And even though these might not be massive, massive leaps of racism, it's still an undertone that carries and makes you feel uncomfortable, because it's not nice where I could walk down the street and it's like, I'll be in a group. Where was it? Where was it where I went to? Actually, this is actually a fun, this is like, let's take it to a little true story here. A couple years ago, 2 years ago, I was out in a club, in a straight club in, I think was Brighton. Yeah. And this I was at the door waiting to go in, and I had my friend, my three other white friends, a Chinese girl who was with us, and then me. And they all got in, and the Chinese girl and I got stopped. And they were like, who are you with? And they was like, oh, we're with my friends. They're inside. There's idea of ID. Like, yeah, we do. There's like, and then the guy was like, do you mind being pat down for a search? And me and Shalene, which is the girl, she looked at him, she was like, why? It was like, oh, it's just a routine. And my white friend stood around and said, no, we're not staying. We are not staying.
And that's what you got to do. This is always the answer. Yeah. This is the answer when people ask, like, oh, how can we support and what can we do? And I always say, well, if you've got some pockets, donate to some causes. Yeah. If anybody's looking for anywhere to donate, there are tons of links online to bail funds.
Yeah.
Useful things. I'm sure we can repost some stuff. Yeah. Also, it is Pride Month.
Yeah.
UK Black Pride is a fantastic organization to get involved with. So you can go onto their page, donate to them, and if you can't donate, but you hear people just being racist, just call them out.
It's important.
Talk to your family. I do not give half a shit if your grandma is old and she's set in her ways. If she says something racist, Granny needs to get dragged. Okay,
because
we here on the 802 support the dragging of grandparents for their racist bullshit.
You pull that Zimmer frame, drag her.
Let her know that the world has changed and we do not do this anymore. We do not sit in our antiquated, ridiculous racist views about it. Also, if you are going to a club, what the hell is it about nightclubs? If you're going to a nightclub and you're in a mixed group and the people who get stopped and searched are the black or brown ones, you go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Go somewhere else, because they're not doing it to keep everyone safe. They're doing it because they feel powerful and because they can.
Exactly.
And they know that if anybody tries to call them home, they can just kick you out. Kick yourself out. Go somewhere else.
Exactly. And you know what? It doesn't like the undertones of racism. No one has to directly say to you the N word or any word or the P word or whatever. Racism comes in different shapes and form. You just need to know what it is. And that's another thing that's very important, because people think that racism is just about calling a person by the N word or the P word or whatever. No, honey, it's a lot that goes around it. It comes wrapped up in ways that you wouldn't even realize, but you need to be woke. And I feel like a lot of people who claim their work are asleep right now. Let me repeat that. A lot of people who are woke are asleep right now, because this is a time for a lot of people to be using their voice and their platform in the right way. And you know what you're getting? It's nothing. How are you telling me that you are a fan and supporting me, whatever, but you're not using your platform? And let me tell you something real quick. The celebrities now that are raising up, apart from our Queen Beyonce, she had a lot to say and I was here for it. But you know who shocked me for an 18-year-old child to have her view and hit hard? Billie Eilish. Did you read her tweets? Did you read her Instagram? Not. Listen. Right. Let me just read a bit of it for you. Let me just make you feel her. Like, this is Dan, I can't even tell you, but I'm just gonna give you like a little lowdown on what she had to say. I've been trying to take this week to figure out a way to address this delicately. I have an enormous platform and I try really hard to be respectful and take time to think through what I say and how I say it. But holy effing shit, I'm just going to start talking. If I hear one more white person say all lives matter one more fucking time, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Will you please shut up? No one is saying your life doesn't matter. No one is saying your life is not hard. No one is saying literally anything at all about you. All you MFs do is find a way to make everything about yourself. This is not about you. Stop making everything about you. You are not in need and you are not in danger. woke.
Billy is tired.
Woke, and
I'm tired with her.
Woke, and she's an 18-year-old white girl that has a platform, and she sings, and you see what she said there? She was like, let me tell you something. This does not concern you. You have to be able to realize that you have to be woke to the issues. And that's important. It's important for kids like those to know what's happening and speak out. It means they're feeling and they're in it to win it with the fight. And that's important. That is so important.
Yeah. And she's right on the All Lives Matter thing. I'm going to say this again, and I've said this multiple times. And like I said earlier, if your response to seeing this is to critique how people are going about expressing their anger and how people are trying to implement change, then you don't care. If your response to Black Lives Matter is to say all lives matter, not only do you not care, you are just saying out loud to the world that you are racist. And it has been years of us saying Black Lives Matter and getting the response, well, all lives matter. And then we have to always say, yes, of course, all lives matter. But what we're saying is in this scenario, to the police and to the systems that are in place and to the people in power, Black lives do not matter, and all lives can't matter until they do. So you saying all lives matter doesn't say anything to me. All it says is, oh, well, you said black, but I'm a precious little delicate white person, and I must also be included in this struggle, even though I could do exactly what you do and face absolutely no repercussion from the police. And then and then there's this other group. There's this other group whose response to the police are indiscriminately violent towards Black people. Well, police are violent to white people as well. Police kill white people as well. Then why the hell are you not out there? Why aren't you mad about it and screaming and forcing through change? Why are you talking to us like, oh, well, we put up with it, so you can. We put up with our murders, so you can as well. It's the whole situation is so frustrating to watch. And this isn't even the country I live in. This isn't even the country I live in, but it's how they treat people like me. It's how they treat people like you. It's how they treat people I know and look like people I know and love and care about. And it's honestly, just being an online person this week
has been frustrating.
It's been incredibly frustrating.
I will tell you this though.
But also I don't want to not be there because I want to stay aware and keep it going.
I've been doing that. Like I took a bit of like today I fully jumped in on the social media blackout today because I think it was important. And I have been studying a bit, educating myself. And I'll tell you something, Dan. When I saw that video of George Floyd, I saw myself being killed. I did. I saw myself, and I'll tell you something. I saw my brother. I saw a dad. I saw a cousin. I saw a family member. I saw me. And that goes to show how you don't have to be racism like these and police brutality. You don't have to be on your front door, but you can still feel it 40 miles away. And that's important because it means that you feel something for people. You feel something for your race. You feel something for humanity. And if our humanity is so twisted and lacking this love for everyone, where's the equality we fight so hard for? Where is it? Because this ain't it. And then when people try to tell me, oh, well, it's Pride Month, blah blah. No, you cannot. Yes, it's Pride Month, and we fully support Pride Month because it's important. But remember, there was a Black woman named Masha. Come on now. Where was she? Where was she when she was making a stand for the LGBT plus community to walk and be free where they are today? Who was it holding that front line? It was a Black trans woman fighting for not one race, all races. So you don't tell me that I shouldn't feel a certain way about me going up in arms about my people being killed. Honey, this is a bigger story that you even understand. If you don't know your history, don't come and tell me that all lives matter because you don't know the tea. Until you inform and educate and understand about how this works, do not tell me how I should act because I'm acting out of hate, out of upset, hurt, and I'm so on discomfort right now that if I don't use my platform to let the masses know what's happening, it's going to go on the wayside. And people need to realize that this isn't a fight that's been happening for a week now. I'm going to tell you something. The reason why people are up in arms now because it's a video that's been recorded and it's important because people seeing what the police are doing to our fellow Black people. And that's also another thing. It's high time that people are getting up in arms. This isn't just about one person being killed. People are black men, female, trans are being killed for time. The people have had enough. This is why it's so important. Why there's a riot. Why people are changing the pictures on Instagram. All this stuff, because it's high time. We've had enough.
Yeah. And I've just got to say, to this, so the blackout today, I didn't know it was happening until I woke up this morning and saw it, and I was like, I get the intention with like posting your black squares and everything. If you did, and it's still up and it still has the Black Lives Matter hashtag on it, can you delete it? It's like you have to delete the whole post, otherwise it still shows up. But it is getting in the way of vital information getting to people who need it. But like we see the support, it's there. It is Pride Month. It's an odd one, but it is Pride Month. Like you said, like Pride started as a riot, and I was gonna come on here and I was gonna read some of the gays because some of the girls they come about and they have this idea that so long as we've all got love, everything will be fine. To which I've always been concerned by, because bitch, I got love.
Come on now.
I'm
Come on now.
There is love in my life. What we don't have is justice. And if you aren't going to give us justice, don't come at me with love.
No.
Please.
But let me tell you what
Pride started as a riot. Okay? Because the police would go in to your bars, they would arrest you for just being who you are, and they would indiscriminately be violent towards you because you are LGBT plus or whatever you wanted to call it, whatever your identity was. If you weren't who they said you should be, that was cause enough for your life to be over, for your life to be interrupted and ruined just for being you. So if you are one of the types of, I was going to say queen, but I feel like
we're not giving them that power. Bye.
No. We don't call you a queen here. If you're one of those types of people who've been to the dress-up store and bought yourself a crown and called yourself a queen, even though you don't deserve it, and you're not on board for this, or worse, you are supportive of the police force in this scenario, then you can get the hell out of Pride. Start your own thing. You can have it in a winter months because ain't nobody gonna want to be there. Do it in November. Have your whatever you want to call it, exclusive. We're kind of proud. Oh, you just call it the Proud Boys. They're already a thing, so you can jump on that dick.
You ride that out. Yeah.
Just leave us alone. I know there's a lot of pressure for everyone to say something and to show that they understand, but truly, if you don't understand and you're not asking for information or to be able to understand, you just want to share how wrong you are, just shut up.
Just mute. Just hit that mute button real quick. Like, delete your account, call Virgin, cancel your contract, do everything. We don't want it. Just,
take 2 weeks off, okay? Don't pay that bill. They'll shut it off for you. We don't need to hear it, okay? There is enough that we are having to deal with without you coming out swinging on how dumb and how ridiculous you sound. Also, and do not talk to me about black people being homophobic. Okay. Black LGBT plus people exist, and not only are they ignored by some segments of the black community, they're also ignored by some segments of the LGBT plus community. Oof. And again, always on the front line fighting for everyone's rights. Be quiet. Be quiet. Okay? Or use a platform that you have to share information and to share resources, and so people can find out more and understand more and look to where they donate.
But you know what I have to... While we're on the topic of people being dragged,